All right, hey guys, thanks for watching the channel. I wanted to do a video about 4 months ago on 3D printing, and unfortunately, due to a comedy of problems that I had with this new printer, I didn't want to do a negative review until I had all the information. So, just wanted to do this quick video and talk about 3D printing a little bit. I've had 5 3D printers in my life. I started with an XYZ about 15 years ago. I don't even know if that company's still in business. And then I had 2 Dremels, which were really pretty good. I honestly burned them up. I used them a lot, and it just never was cost effective to replace parts. It was actually just cheaper to get a new printer because the printer prices just kept coming down. Except for this one. So this is a Creality K2 Plus. I've had it for like 4 months, and just today it finally has printed something. So that's the good news. The other good news is that Creality was very helpful, and their tech support wants to make sure that you get up and running. Now, it took 4 months because, one, I'm slow, and I think probably for the first month and a half this just sat in a box. Not Creality's fault. And then they're also in China. So the tech support, there's a little bit of a language barrier. It's nothing too bad. But they're 24 hours-ish ahead of us or so, or 12 hours really. But so it's like tomorrow they're already to our day, right? So this is Sunday, so their Monday is going now. So I'll probably hear from them today. But you don't hear from them really Friday to Sunday until the times all line up. So anyway, besides that, this printer was probably the most expensive printer I've ever purchased. I think it was about $2,500. Now that $2,500 is because I also purchased 4 CFS systems. What the CFS system does is it enables you to have essentially 4 different spools inside the print inside it. So here I've got black, orange, I think clear, and gray, and they all integrate. And what happens is you can actually the printer will change colors, which I think is like really pretty cool. So I was excited about that. I know also Bamboo is doing the same thing. So it's not a new technology. I was always just okay making separate parts in separate colors and putting them together, but being able to print a single piece that has multicolor is really going to be fantastic, I hope. So I am looking forward to that. But for now, I want to just tell you that for a few months the printer just hasn't been working well. It hasn't been working at all. They did send me at first a new extruder. I was having issues with constantly, every time I would do a test print, I'd have a clog in the extruder. And that actually came down to the fact that the extruder motor, which is what this is, was turning the wrong way. So while it was trying to print, so the CFS system is pushing or making filament go, towards the head, and this is pushing it away. So then I had all kinds of other problems with jams and some of these tubes popping off. What it basically is each one of these units, the filament comes out. There's like a 4-port switch, if you will, inside that picks the color, sends the color down the tube. Then on the back of the printer, the 4 CFSs come together in another switch that sends one color all the way to the print head or to the extruder. So once we got that all worked out, I'm printing. So that's fantastic. I'm thrilled. This is a pretty large printer and very heavy. I'd say it's at least 80 pounds. I struggled to, I got it up here, but just barely. And speaking of, I put it on a Weber stainless steel, they call them, they're like really made for like kitchens and professional kitchens where there's, stainless and easy cleanup and that sort of thing. I've actually used another one of these for all my gamer gear over there. It's just an easier way, and they're easy to dust, right? You know, so you don't have like wood and all that kind of stuff, or IKEA wood, which isn't. But anyway, long story short, we're off and running. The reason I bought this printer was I actually, before this one, I had a Creality K1, and I'll show you what that looks like. The K1, it's a pretty good size printer. When my Dremel died, I was able to get that printer for like $350. Next to it there is a heater, basically. It's to dry out the filament and keep the humidity down. The CFS system, although it shows you the humidity, it doesn't really heat the filament. It does have some of those bags of desiccant in it, so you can change out the desiccant and have it, be more like a humidor or a gun safe or something like that. It uses those same kind of pellets. But it's not a mechanical system like that one, which I really kind of liked, and I wish that was in these. But anyway, it's baby steps. I haven't printed anything in multicolor yet, but I'm looking forward to it. But I started with the K1. It was a great printer. It still works perfectly, and I've had that one for about 4 years, I'd say, maybe three or four, somewhere in between there. Did some really good projects with it, and I will do another video about some of the projects that I've made with it, so that we can try to divide these up and make these videos not so long-winded, because I like to talk and I don't really have that much to say, but I'll drag this out for 10 minutes probably. Anyway, when you set this up, they recommend that you keep the tubes as short as possible. These may be a little bit longer. I wanted to play it safe and not be too short and have the filament kinking, but I may get the opportunity to shorten them at some point. Basically, when you see this in an advertisement, they show the printer and then they show 4 CFSs right next to it, 2 on each side. But that doesn't really work, because this is the way this opens, right? This opens like this. So if you put another CFS on top of it, and they don't stack, you actually, if you look real close in their advertisements, they actually have, there's like a little shelf unit in there holding the second unit above it. But if you need to do anything with this, then you'd have to take the first one down, maybe remove all the filament, power cables and whatnot. So I just figured it would be better to kind of spread all this stuff out a little bit, hoping that the tubes aren't too long and don't create problems. But we'll see. Like I said, I'm excited to do some multicolor printing, but I haven't done really any yet because I had so many problems just getting it to print anything. So that's about it. That's everything I need to tell you for the 3D printer. I highly recommend Creality. Jury's out on the K2 yet. If you're looking for something on a budget, the K1 is fantastic, and you can still do the color changes. You'll just have to do them manually. You'll just have to put a pause in the print job where you need to change the filament, and then you can manually change the filament and start it back up again. So it's not the end of the world. Of course, if you're doing something that you want to do, maybe 10 of them, you probably don't want to do the manual printing. That's going to get real boring real fast. So anyway, thanks for watching. I will see you on the next one.